The hobby of collecting includes seeking, locating, acquiring and displaying items, but for Frank Brookland it's a lot more than that. We recently went out to see his impressive collection, which includes old gaming machines and well-built motorbikes. Take a look. Most hunters and collectors are after one or two main items, but Frank Brookland isn't one of them. He'll collect anything that tickles his fancy.
Collect a lot of stuff really. Geez, where do I start? Mainly war games, like used to have in fish and chip shops. Got a real passion for Harley motorcycles. Tobacco tins, shell, collectibles, just yeah. My range extends quite a bit, you know. Nothing in particular, but just a lot of stuff I suppose.
The obsession began at the age of 18 when Frank began collecting tobacco tins, and he quickly moved on to flipball machines.
Most of them are from fish and chip shops, sort of thing you'd remember when you were a kid at the fish and chip shops. Some games in particular are from Invercargill that used to be in fish and chip shops down here. And geez, what else can I tell you? Some of them are banned now because you don't actually know how much they're going to pay you up the machines, so they actually banned them for that reason. The very first item I got was a flipball, and once I got that I was hooked, so I haven't stopped since. But they're getting harder to get now, a lot harder to get, real hard to find, so you've really got to know other collectors or keep an eye on the internet.
But Frank still has his eye out for a few games to add to his collection.
One game in particular I'm after is called Electro. You actually hold on to the handles and it gives you electric shock, and you see how long you can hold on to it for. Interesting, but yeah, I want one of them.
Aside from the games, he also has a huge passion for motorbikes and has built 7 of his own from scratch.
It's just satisfaction starting with a pile of junk, I suppose you'd say, and just seeing the finished article, you know. It doesn't cost you a lot of money if you put all your efforts into yourself. Get a lot of help from a lot of other people. Like my dad paints them for me. Yeah, just, I don't know, you just got to do something. I'm always busy in the garage building a motorcycle, I can guarantee it. Always a motorcycle on the go in the garage. Don't know, I could be at a pub bruising up, but I'd rather be sitting here working on a motorbike. My father's always been into motorcycles. He's got 9 Harley Davidsons, so I've got a wee way to go. Yeah, I've just always liked motorbikes, race them, ride them on the road. Yeah, just love piecing them together, starting from nothing and building one up.
While many would find it easier just to go out and buy a bike, for Frank, most of the pleasure comes from seeing it come together.
I don't really look at buying a brand new one. I'd rather build one up, start from scratch. It's just a joy seeing the whole process go all the way through to the finished article and actually firing it up. Once I've fired it up, I'm looking for a new project to do. And yeah, just like I say, I've just always had a passion for them, but mainly Harleys lately. Yeah, since my dad's really got into them, it's sort of brushed off for me a bit, and you know, I just can't get enough Harleys.
And then there's the enjoyment that comes simply from owning a good bike. And Frank says that's why Harley Davidson will always have a place in his heart and home.
There's a lot of nice bikes out there, definitely. I love every motorbike, but yeah, Harleys in particular. It's just the noise, the nostalgia, it's just everything. The people associated with them. Yeah, it's mainly the noise, I suppose, the noise they make. They've got a noise of their own.